Chairman, Lee has introduced bills to repeal anti-union right-to-work laws, ban corporate campaign contributions, end cash bail, legalize marijuana, establish the death penalty, cap insulin copays, reform workers' comp, and legalize teacher strikes. This year, he's running for governor to lead Virginia through a recovery that guarantees everyday Virginians, not giant corporations, own and control the economy of the Commonwealth. Thank you so much, Lee, for joining us. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me. So first of all, I want to start off with a shout out to Brian Graham for creating a wonderful tool for all of us candidates to collect petition signatures. So go to vadempetitions.org and you can just check the box for all of the candidates, fill in your information, and get all of us on the ballot. That is something that's only possible because Paul Goldman and I sued the Department of Elections on the premise that our campaigns should not be super spreader events. So we have this COVID-safe way to get candidates on the ballot now, and I would encourage you all to go to vadempetitions.org and sign for all of the candidates. So I am Lee Carter. I'm a member of the House of Delegates. I represent the city of Manassas and parts of western Prince William County and have for the last 4 years. And I don't come from a normal background for a politician. I'm not a doctor or a lawyer or a realtor. I'm an electronics repairman and a Marine Corps veteran. And I got involved because I got hurt at work in the summer of 2015, and the workers' comp system was just not there for me when I needed it. And when I called my employer after I was able to walk again after my injury, I said, I'm ready to go back to work. And he said, we have work, but we don't have any for you because the company you were contracted for doesn't want you on their job sites anymore. And so I started talking to delegates and senators and asking them what we were going to do about workers' comp, and nobody had an answer. So I realized if this was going to get fixed, it was going to have to come from someone who's been there. So I took on a fight that the Democratic Party said was impossible and took out the Republican majority whip, Jackson Miller. And we did it by creating a multiracial working class coalition of first-time voters and irregular voters and getting them out to the polls in 2017. And that is exactly what I intend to do in this run for governor here in 2021, is create a broad, multiracial working class coalition of people who have never voted in a gubernatorial election. Because this is the first election of the post-Trump era. This is our first opportunity to say what we stand for as Democrats rather than who we're against. This is the first opportunity to say that we want a Democratic Party that does not take money from for-profit corporations or industry interest groups. I never have, and I never will, and I'm the only Democrat running for governor who can say that. So, as your next governor, I will fight to make sure that when we recover from COVID, we do it in a way that reimburses people's out-of-pocket expenses. Whether it's $20 for a test or $200,000 for an ICU stay, I don't think you should be out of pocket because you got sick during a pandemic. And we need to rebuild in a way that puts ownership and control directly in the hands of working Virginians, not the massive corporations that have dominated our economy for decades. And as your next governor, I promise you that on the issue of criminal justice reform, we will no longer be a leader in mass incarceration. The United States incarcerates more of its people than any other country in history. And the overwhelming majority of those people are incarcerated by state courts. Virginia is no exception. As your governor, I can promise you that our prison population will be at least 30% lower the day I leave office than the thousands of clemency petitions myself. So I want to thank you all again for coming here. This is a wonderful event. And I hope that I can count on all of your support in this straw poll and in